China's $2.3 trillion infrastructure plan puts America's to shame. China is investing trillions of yuan in critical infrastructure, ranging from large-scale transportation and water conservation projects to renewable energy initiatives. With coronavirus outbreaks, a real estate slump, and skyrocketing oil prices as a result of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Chinese President Xi Jinping is turning to dependable allies to keep his ambitious economic growth target on track: the country's more than 50 million construction workers. Beijing is allocating 14.8 trillion yuan in government funds for construction projects. Over the longer term, this helps China's ambition of becoming a more urbanized, high-income economy that's effectively capable of competing with the U.S. in high-tech areas like semiconductors. And in infrastructure, they've built things that the Americans could not even imagine. But what exactly are these projects? And will these projects elevate China to the status of ultimate superpower by 2050? South-North Water Transfer Project. Water conservancy projects have received increased attention from Chinese authorities seeking to strengthen the country's water security in a year marked by record heat wave and the worst drought in decades. According to China's Ministry of Water Resources, $98 billion was invested in water conservation infrastructure projects in the first 8 months of 2022, a 63.9% increase over the same period in 2021. The construction on more than 19,000 water conservancy projects has begun, 31 of which are considered major mega projects. The ambitious South-North Water Transfer Project in China began construction of a new central line in July, relocating water from Yangtze River to northern China via an underground network of water tunnels. In order to support food production, the new Yinjiang-Buhan Tunnel will drain water from the Three Gorges Dam to the Han River. Once completed, the tunnel is expected to be the longest of its kind, with a total investment of around 60 billion yuan. The Guangdong-Bibu Gulf Water Resources Allocation Project is another major undertaking. It will span more than 500 kilometers and supply water to drought-prone cities in Guangdong Province's westernmost areas, with a total investment of around 60 billion yuan. Work on a major floodgate reconstruction project along the Yellow River began earlier this year. The 2.07 billion yuan project will improve irrigation in the critical grain-producing region by constructing 37 floodgates between eastern Shandong Province and central Henan Province. Renewable energy projects. The Chinese government has prioritized renewable and green energy in its efforts to achieve carbon neutrality by 2060. As a result, it has announced a slew of new solar and wind energy projects in the country's north. China's solar capacity increased by 31 gigatons in the first half of this year alone, representing a massive 130% increase over the same period in 2021. Construction on 6 large-scale renewable energy projects in northeastern Liaoning Province began in September 2022, with a total investment of more than 600 billion yuan. The project, which includes wind, solar, and nuclear energy, is expected to generate 60 gigawatts of power. For comparison, 60 gigawatts of power is more than Vietnam's total capacity. China also intends to build 450 gigawatts of solar and wind capacity in the Gobi Desert and other northern desert regions. China has set a goal of reaching 1,200 gigawatts of wind and solar power capacity by 2030. Transportation projects. In 2022, China invested 2.34 trillion yuan in transportation-related fixed assets between January and August, including new highways and railways. Additionally, it will be raised 6.6% annually. In 2022 alone, there were more than 240 newly constructed expressways and highways across the country, totaling approximately 7,400 kilometers of new road. One such project was the construction of a new 294-kilometer expressway along Xinjiang's border with Qinghai, which connects the Uyghur Autonomous Region to the rest of China's expressway system. In western Sichuan province alone, construction on 10 expressway projects totaling 935 kilometers of road began in the third quarter. China Railway Group announced the start of construction on a key section of the Beijing-Shangguan-Changshu high-speed railway in September. The 552-kilometer railway marks the expansion of the Shangguan New Area, a new urban district 100 kilometers from Beijing that President Xi Jinping had handpicked to be developed in a new dream city for China. The state-owned group stated that 25 projects are currently underway, which will increase China's rail length, both normal and high-speed rail, by more than 5,300 kilometers. By 2035, the country hopes to have completed approximately 200,000 kilometers of railway. East-West Data Transfer Initiative. Data collected from the highly developed urban centers of eastern China will be sent to the country's more resource-rich western regions for processing as part of the East-West Data Transfer Mega Project. This new project will help develop the West's digital infrastructure to match that of the East, while also expanding China's digital economy. According to the National Bureau of Statistics data, China's data growth has averaged more than 30% per year since 2015, and the number of data centers has increased from 1.24 million in 2015 to 5 million by 2020. In the first quarter, 25 data network construction projects began in 8 regions, including the Greater Bay Area, the Chengdu-Chongqing Economic Circle, and the Yangtze River Delta. The project is supported by a total investment of 190 billion yuan. That investment in large data centers will grow at a rate of more than 20 cents per year during China's 14th five-year plan, totaling more than 3 trillion yuan. Networks of underground urban development. China has also ramped up the construction of underground pipeline networks for electricity, water, heat, gas, and telecommunications in cities this year. As China's urbanization level rises, the development of underground integrated corridors will bring an annual average investment demand of billions of yuan. 68 such underground pipeline projects were under construction in the first half of 2022, spanning an estimated 285 kilometers. Chongqing, China's southwestern city, completed 164.9 kilometers of underground pipelines in late February, with an investment of 7.08 billion yuan. The city of nearly 17 million people plans to have 815 kilometers of pipeline by the end of 2025. Beijing International Airport. China will soon overtake the United States as the world's largest aviation market. According to the International Air Transport Association, this transition will take place within the next 5 years. And the reason for this is Beijing's newly built high-tech airport. Beijing Daxing Airport, built in less than 5 years, is the world's largest airport and a technological triumph. The airport, with its unique starfish shape designed by Zaha Hadid architects, employs the most recent sustainable solutions. The airport resembles a gold six-pointed starfish with large, brightly lit public areas. Its radial layout was chosen not only for aesthetic purposes but also functionality, so that passengers would take no more than 8 minutes to get from check-in to their boarding gate, despite the terminal's size. The almost entirely glass and steel structure houses 5 traditional Chinese gardens, complete with trees, wooden huts, fountains, and stone bridges. Daylight filters into the terminal through the high vaulted ceilings. Of course, there are shops and retail outlets representing all of the major international brands, ranging from coffee shops to Italian haute couture. What distinguishes Beijing Daxing from other airports is its use of cutting-edge technology. Over 100 new patents were registered during the airport's construction, and 65 new construction techniques were employed. Triumph of robotics and artificial intelligence. Solar panels generate approximately 6.1 gigawatt-hours of clean energy per year. The central heating system makes use of waste heat, and rainwater is channeled for outdoor use. In the world's largest automatic air traffic control system, facial recognition technology speeds up queues, and there is 5G connectivity everywhere. While the control tower manages up to 300 takeoffs and landings per hour on 7 runways, one of which is reserved for military flights. The structure also includes an 80,000 square meter railway hub, from which it takes only 20 minutes to reach the center of Beijing, which is just under 50 kilometers away. The airport was created not only as a propaganda tool, but to respond to an increase in passenger traffic. It will initially serve 45 million passengers per year, but capacity will increase to 72 million by 2025. That is 630,000 flights per year. on its way to 100 million. The 700,000 meter square terminal is served by an 80,000 meter square ground transportation center. Construction required 1.6 million cubic meters of concrete and 52,000 tons of steel, and there are parking bays for 268 aircraft. That's pretty much it for today's video, guys. Do you think these projects will help China become the world's #1 economy? Or will these simply push China further into debt trap? Let us know in the comments section below. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. And remember, make sure to subscribe to this channel with bell notifications on if you enjoy watching our content. We upload some pretty awesome stuff here, which you will most certainly enjoy. Hit a like on the video, leave a comment below, and see you guys in the next one.